Okay? Okay, welcome to everybody back to the Shiur of Wednesday and to our Torah Anytime viewers. Today we're going to do Likutei Moharan, Torah 14. And this is pertains to very much to our days right now. כיצד להתחזק בעבודת השם למנוע מקטרגים לעצר. Says Rav Nahman, how can a person stop the mekatrigim, prosecutors, procurori? Always they are talking against the person. How do we stop them? How do we shoot them? What do we do? So says Rabbeinu Nachman, רבים לוחמים לי מרום, היינו שיש לי שונאים למעלה במרום, כמו שאמרו רבותינו זכרונם לברכה, כשם שיש צרות למטה, כך יש צרים למטה, כך יש צרים למטה, כך יש צרים למעלה. תורה קצרה זו של רבי נחמן מלמד אותנו על המקבילות שיש בין כדור הארץ לעולם העליון של יושבי שמיים. הקישור שיש ביניהם שבעצם יש השתקפות בכדור הארץ לעולם העליון. He says this world is only a mirror of whatever happening to you, the upper world. So here this is just a reflection. האדם שרואה שיש בעולם הזה דברים שמצערים אותו, if you see something that bothers you in this world, גורמים לו לחוסר נוחות, חוסר שמחה, there is something that takes away your happiness. אם זה מהחברים ואם זה מהמשפחה, from your friends, from your family, from the boss, זה בעצם השתקפות שיש מקטרגים שיושבים בשמיים. There are prosecutors that they are in שמיים that setting up this situation. Don't think that this is this person. Don't think that this is the mother, this is the brother, this is the balabait. This is the prosecutors that they are in Shamayim that forcing those people to do whatever they're doing to you. והם אלו שגורמים לאדם את הצער הזה, והם מלובשים באותם אנשים, and they go inside these people to do whatever they did to you right now. So it comes out that this person never did anything wrong to you. Who is the one that did wrong to you? Is those malachim that they are persecutors. And how do we get rid of these malachim? What do we have to do? Says Rabbi Nachman, עושה עבירה, קונה לו קטגור. When a person does עבירה, he buys himself a קטגור, prosecutor. When you do one עבירה, you buy yourself one קטגור. ואז אותו קטגור הופך להיות מלאך משחית. And this is the מלאכים that they are bothering the people. שהורס את הידידות בין אדם לחברו. They are the one to bother between friends, different type of relationships getting destroyed because of those malachim going inside people and suddenly talking to you in a different way that they've been speaking to you nicely the last 5 years, and suddenly boom boom, some approach такой непонятный. What's going on over here? Where did it come from? So says Rabbi Nachman, you cannot blame the person that is in front of you, because that person is just a puppet. He didn't do nothing to you, absolutamente nada. ולכן אם יש לאדם מצרים למטה מלמטה, גם בגלל שיש לו מצרים מלמעלה. זה בגלל שיש לו מצרים מלמעלה. והוא לא צריך להתעסק עם אנשים שציירו אותו, ולא לראות אותם בעוינות. You don't even have to look at them in a negative way. Don't even bother them. They did not harm you. They are just puppets that malachim got inside them to do, to sign, to talk, to behave in a different ways that got to the situation that you are right now. says the פלא היועץ, שאם אין האדם, אין לו מקטרגים בשמיים, אז לא יצייר אותו שום דבר בעולם הזה. There is no prosecutors up there, there is nothing that will bother you down here. So if there is something that bothers you down here, it's only because you created malachim, that they are the prosecutors against you up there. ולכן אם מישהו דיבר עליך בזלזול, somebody belittled you, או לא החזיר לך כסף, he did not return the הלוואה, the loan. I gave him a loan, he doesn't return the loan. how Bukhari say? דוד שימש המקובע. המחל מגיד, לא? לא? תחיל. No, how Bukhari say, not you, you tzaddik, ben tzaddik. או שיקר ורימה, זה בעצם המקטרג למעלה, שמתלבש באדם בגלל שמגלגלים חובה על ידי חייב וזכות על ידי זכאי. מחפשים בשמיים את האנשים החייבים ונותנים להם לעשות את הרע. המשחית מתלבש על אותם אנשים. וכאשר רוצים לעשות טוב אז לאדם, אז מחפשים את האנשים שרוצים להרבות טוב בעולם ונותנים את הרשות לעשות להם נחת לאחרים. So how do we get good in the world? Bad is because the malachim that they were created from our avonot, we created malach, we created power. This energy, this power is going inside people and these people are going to harm you tomorrow. How do we make right now to have people that are doing good to us? It says, how the Malachim knows who to go into? Huh? How do you know? How the Malachim know who to go right now into? Yeah. Inside anything. Anything that will harm you. Ba'olam hazeh. Anything. Says Rabbi Nahman, it's all because of the angels, call it energy, call it powers, that you created with your bad deeds, bad behaviors. Because you did not annul them, did not do tshuva, those malachim are going to come down to the people. Every action has reaction. He's going to go down to people, and those people are going to harm you. They told you A, eventually they'll do B, and you're upset. You build the whole building on that word that they said A, and now they end up doing B. They said one thing, they end up doing another. So the person's nature, who to blame? Who to blame? The person that he told me A. I asked him a million times. We signed on A. Eventually, behavior is B. Total different than whatever they promised. So nature of a person is, wait for me around the corner. What do you think? Tomorrow you're not buying a property, you're not buying a building. I have my guys in the building department. What do you think? What goes around comes around. That's a nature person, the nature of the person. But says Rabbi Nahman, you're making a mistake. Darago, you make a mistake. You thinking you're going to take revenge against him because he harmed you. You're just going to right now make the snowball even bigger. The snowball becomes even bigger right now because you added more bad malachim because of the revenge you just took. So right now you are expected a bigger punishment right now. A bigger problem is waiting for you around the corner. So what do? Stop it right there. Don't even blame the person that did to you anything wrong. ואם אדם ילך בדרכים, ואסור לאדם להקפיד עם חברו שלא עשה רצונו, כי הוא שיצר את הצער הזה, ולא פלוני שעשה בפועל את המעשה. אז אם מתעכב הכסף שאמור לקבל מהדירה למרות שהתחייב לתת אותו בזמן, אתה יצרת את הצער הזה השם, על ידי העבירה ויצרת מהמקטרג. ואם האדם ילך בדרכים לא תורניות, בית משפט, יגבו ממנו מהשמיים בדרכים אחרות יותר קשות. A person right now has a tenant. The tenant supposed to pay $3,000 at the end of the month. The tenant sees it, pula shneis. Supposedly. Yeah, he doesn't pay you the $3,000 at the end of the month. You're saying, Habibi, if you're not going to pay me at the end of the month, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to do this and that against you. Different ways. If this is your approach, it says you are not believing Hashem. You have to believe the first thing, Hashem, I did something wrong that I deserve to lose $3,000. This is supposed to be the first what you have in mind. The nature of people is just the opposite. First of all, Rabbi, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to harm him. I'm going to take revenge against him. And then I'll think about improving myself. But the first reaction is, this is the person. So Rabbi Nahman telling us that if you will do so, take a revenge, no problem. Hashem, maybe in the court you won and you took the $3,000 and the penalties and lawyer fees and akol. Mazal tov. How much you made? 5, 6, 7? No problem. Tomorrow, smallest mistake in the IRS, suddenly want to audit you. And the fine, mistakes here, mistakes there, fine, $15,000. When I made a decree of $3,000, then he paslusho. You went kala with this person. You fight with him. So the problem did not solve because you don't understand it's me. You're thinking it's him. My point, Hashem says, I send you the problem for you to turn to me, not to turn against him. And the nature of a person is to turn against him. He has to pay. He has to pay. You have to ask him. But what's the first reaction of you? Where is your mind directed towards? Who is the problem? What do we always say? Him. Ganav. Doti bude. Doti bude. Какой он религиозный, сидит там, ворует деньги мои. What are you talking about? That's the nature of a person right away to see this. But we forget, Rabotai, that this does not exist. Him is just a puppet. Hashem decreed that you're supposed to lose $3,000 for whatever problems you have done. You didn't give tzedakah enough, or you did something to somebody else back in the day. You thought in the deal you're supposed to take extra $3,000, and you forced the guy to give you the extra $3,000, and he gave it to you. But at the end, this guy made the $3,000, lost a different place. Not here, over there. Haka Yusuf of it. So that's what Rabbi Nahman is telling us over here, that the first reaction of a person should not be, he is my problem. He made me lose $3,000. This not supposed to be our first reaction. A person made a shidduch. Eventually the shidduch didn't work out. Why? Because his friend called up the mother of the girl and he said, listen, kavot birosh domot. Do you know who's this guy? Ma, he did this, he did that. Wow, the mother really believed that? She told the girl, listen, this guy out of the game. He's not going to be your domot. Ya umruni bushu domot. You're not going to get married to him. Why, mommy? I love him. What are you talking about? I want to get married to him. Tzaddik yireh shamayim, midot tovot, hakol beseder. Why you say no? No. Nipajot. What is the hatan, the domot to be found out? You know what's the reason? Your best friend called up on you. Right now, after you find out this information, what's the first reaction, Arkady? What's the first reaction? That's also wrong. Say Baruch Hashem is also wrong. What's the first reaction? No, what's supposed to be the first reaction? No, Baruch Hashem, you just say. These words, what's the first reaction we should get to?
I have to search myself.
יפשפש במעשיו. That's what the Gemara telling us, נכון? מסכת ברכות דף ה'. אם באים ייסורים על האדם, יפשפש במעשיו. If a problem is coming on you, what are you supposed to do? Look in your actions. Abotai, how many times we read this Gemara? How many times we read Masechet Brachot? 1 billion times? Every rabbi that starts a certain class, Yalla, Masechet Brachot is the most interesting one, right away. Over there, Neshamot, Inyanim, Isurim, Ahava, dreams. This is the first Masechet we all start. In Daf Hey, what the Gemara says, if a person says Isurim coming on him, problems come on a person, what should he do? Yefashvesh b'ma'asav. He doesn't say, hey, the guy, sue him, take him to Beddin, take him to courts. First thing he says, the other day, Rabbi, I made my wife upset. Why I made her upset? She wanted to go to Israel. Her mother has something, birthday. And she wanted me, I promised her we go. Eventually I didn't go. Why? No, Machi Israel, I don't want. $3,000, I don't want to lose tickets right now. Now, what does he feel? Whenever he told her no, I did the right thing. Hashem said, you made your wife upset for $3,000, no problem. Tomorrow you have a tenant, he has to pay you $3,000, nachon, a month. He suddenly will change on you. It could be tomorrow, it could be after a month, it could be after a year. But this mistake you never did tshuva on. The prosecutor, as soon as he found out an opportunity to go into the person to bother you, he got in, I don't pay you $3,000. Now if you're going to say, start thinking, what's the reason I lost this amount? You start thinking, $3,000, what? Nasho. Now I understood. My mistake. This is my mistake. Continue Rabbi Eliezer Papo and says, ויאמין באמונה שלמה כי מפי עליון תצא הרעות והטובות. You have to have אמונה שלמה. What is אמונה שלמה, רבותיי? Look what he says. אמונה שלמה in Hebrew means שלם. What is שלם? Complete. What do you mean? Could it be not complete? Look why he says complete. כי מפי עליון תצא הרעות והטובות. Only from the mouth of Hashem comes out the good and the bad. If you have only the good, it's not a complete. If you have only the bad, it's not complete. If you feel that God gives me good, when I get good, it's from God. When I get problems, it's from my neighbor. You believe Hashem that He gave you atzlacha, He gave you a good wife, eshet chayil, He gave you good children, He gave you good health. This you believe in. So you believe Hashem, but partially. Or another person believes that the problem is coming from Hashem, but the good things I did. You know what type of smart man I am? I know how to invest in the stock market. I know how to buy buildings the best way. I have the best connections. I. So he believes Hashem on the negative side. When problems are coming, he says it's from Hashem. But when success are coming, where is he saying from? Ani. So says Rabbi Eliezer Papo, ve'amin be'emunah shelema. You cannot have a partial emunah. You need to have emunah complete. What is complete? Ki mipi ha'elyon tetzeh hara'ot ve'hatovot. From the mouth of the above, which is Hashem, the bad problems and the good success, both are coming from Hashem. This is Shalem. This is a complete one. אז אם הבן מצער את אביו ברוחניות או בגשמיות, זה בגלל שהשם יתברך הוציא מהפה שלו, לך תצער את אבא שלך, ואין לך שום סיבה להסתכל על הילד בעוינות או להקפיץ ולכעוס עליו. If your child told you such a line, I would never believe he will tell me such a line, Rabbi. This child, you know how many tutoring I invested in him? You know how many nights I didn't sleep because of him? That's what he tells me to the Rabbi. If you believe that he bothers you, you're in the biggest problems in the world. You can pray Shacharit, Netz Minyan, pray Mincha the best time, Arvit in the best time, know the whole Shas by heart, pray with 5 tefillin in your head. You're not going to increase your emunah in Hashem. You are dealing with a secondaries. That's the word I want to use. With the secondary points. All those points that we have to our Judaism is supposed to lead us to the goal. The goal is HaKadosh Baruch Hu does all the good and all the bad in the world. And the bad eventually is also good. We just cannot see it. It's limited. אין אדם יכול להרע או להיטיב לחברו כמלוא נימה, חוץ מגזירת שדי. אין מישהו שיכול לעשות לך מילימטר רע. There is no one that can do a millimeter of bad to you or millimeter of good to you. אם לא הייתה גזירת השם. If not for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to decide that. וזה מה שאומר רבי נחמן, שיש מלאכים רבים שנלחמים באדם מהעוונות שלו. There is מלאכים רבים, a lot of מלאכים that they are fighting against you in שמיים. Who created this מלאכים? You yourself. והם מתלבשים בכל מיני גורמים ועניינים. And they're getting into different situations in life. To the inspector, to the building department, to the FDA department, to this department, to a ticket guy, to police pulling over, problems upon problems. They are just going into these places, into these situations. Continue the rabbi and says, אסור לקלל שום אדם, אפילו ללא סיבה. כאשר אדם שציערו אותו לא מקבל שזאת מלכות שמיים, ששלחה מקטרג לצייר אותו, אז לפעמים יוצא מפיו כללה. Nature of a person, he says, when a person doesn't believe that this person was sent by Hashem, he thinks that this person is my problem, and I'm going to show him, I'm going to wait around the corner for him. Usually also a person curses. Amchel shevi, vaishevi, amchel sheva, vaisheva, different type of curses לא עלינו. אדם מקלל, הקללה יכולה להתקיים אפילו בקללת חינם בלי סיבה מוצדקת. בטח אם מדובר שהמקלל הוא תלמיד חכם. ואמרו רבותינו, כל שחברו נענש על ידו, אין מכניסים אותו למחיצתו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. If there is somebody, nature of a person is, whenever somebody bothered you and tomorrow he got a car accident, what do you say? There is Hashem in the world. Oh, תמחל שבה, באמין בתך שבה. It should be even worse than whatever he had got to him. You sure it's not the end? It's only a beginning of whatever. He bothered me. What Hashem? Hashem taking care of him. Says the rabbi, you should know, you go up to Shamayim, there is a special section HaKadosh Baruch Hu lets the neshamot to. You will not go into that special section. Why? You wish in your heart that this person, because he bothered you, should get punished. Because you had it in your heart, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, I don't want your neshama to be next to me. And machnisim oto b'mchitzato shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabotai, this is mistake repeats itself million times by people. You show vídeos. Bochim utakot hakazan yadat. You show vídeos. How many times you hear this? אם האדם הקפיד על חברו לעולם לא ייכנס למחיצת השם. You will never go inside next to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the special level next to Hashem. Until he will not do teshuvah. Did you know that you have to do teshuvah for that? People think they have to do teshuvah for eating non-kosher, for breaking Shabbat, for watching bad things. Teshuvah for what? Because the other day my neighbor bothered me, and the following morning I see FBI arrested him. Why? You should believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu bothered you for the mistakes you have done.
No, when you see him going through his trouble.
You should pray for him. Bet Torah. They found eventually all the Medicare fraud that he made. Eventually found him. We should not feel a bit happy in our hearts. A bit. And if you do, you're not qualified for the special level in front of Hashem. You're not qualified. What do you mean, Rabbi? I have a beard and I'm told, peot, mikveh, I give a lot of money tzedakah, I build this yeshiva, I build this kollel, I open a hospital for sick people. You know, tzaddik I am. You could be tzaddik whenever many other things comes, but whenever your enemy suffers, you happy? Kadosh Baruch Hu says, you happy for his loss, for his downfall, you cannot be next to me. You can be in Gan Eden somewhere up there, but not next to me. והגמרא משתמש בביטוי קללת חינם, בגלל שאדם חייב להאמין שמי שצייר אותו היא מלכות שמיים. It says, why did you curse קללת חינם, שנאת חינם? We right now had Tisha B'Av, right? During Tisha B'Av, what did we say? That Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because of sinat hinam. So says the rabbi, I don't understand. How can you hate somebody hinam? Hinam free, no reason. How can you hate somebody? Hate, not have tension. Hate, sinat. Sinat hinam? You gotta be out of your mind to hate somebody for no reason. Says the rabbi, you know what? Why do we say it's for no reason? Because you're thinking, I have a reason why I hate him. He called up the Department of Building, how you call this? The DOB. Department of Building on me. They put a stop working. I lost so much money because of him. All my investors are calling left and right after me, running after me. I have no reason to hate him. I hate him for a reason. Says Rabbi Nahman, you hate him for no reason. It's not him. So it comes out that your hatred is for no reason to him. So where is the reason we don't have a Beit HaMikdash Rabotai? Because we don't work enough on our emunah. We constantly forget Hashem in the picture. ותן בנו אמונה שלמה להאמין שהכל לטובה לומר לך תודה ותן בנו אמונה שלמה להאמין שהכל לטובה לומר לך תודה. Continue the rabbis and says, ותמיד האדם ימחול על עלבונו, ולא יקלל ויקפיד. A person should always forgive his עלבון. Somebody put you down, somebody disrespected you. המחל עוד אמרו, עוד קורונה מקונה רבי, תשחר המחל כדה. Rabotai, how many times do we hear this? How many times we hear this? Rabbi, I'm not looking for kavod, but like this. Who behaves like this? Look what he told me. Look what he did to me. He told you. He did to you. She told you. She did to you. Why you have a kippah in your head? For what reason? Why do you have a kippah in your head? For what reason? To remember, Hashem is above everybody. Nachon? Hashem is above everybody. So if Hashem made this person right now curse you, he cursed you, or Hashem made him curse you? And what's the reason Hashem let it happen? Because of your avonot. I have to deal with this malachim that you created. What can I do? I made justice in the world. You created bad. Every action has reaction. Shkunam. In Bukhari, they say, Hamesh abolitu. Igor, you know that saying? Hamesh abolitu. If so, continue and says, "V'yipalel sheshum adam lo yanesh besibato." And you have to pray to Hashem, Hashem, please don't punish him, even though he did bad to me. When was the last time, Rabotai, you heard a person goes up to Torah, gets Mishe berach avotena kedoshim v'avur yevarech et lechaye arav, lechaye amvarech, lechaye hazan, lechaye the one that called the DOB on me. Tell him, lechaye also sheyatzliach. When was the last time you heard somebody says it? Huh? If the Baal Koreh didn't say Parnasat Tova, lo yatzai dechova. He has to say, Ol Mishe berach el pam. Why didn't you say, please pray for my neighbor? Which one? The one that right above me bothers me every night? Hashem should give him bracha, atzlacha, refuah shelema. He should be matzliach, refuat hanefesh, refuat. Huh? Shimon, when was the last time you heard somebody asking Hashem for success of his enemy? So if you want to be believing in Hashem, that's what you have to do. You should pray to Hashem that no one in the world should be punished because of you. You say this every night when you go to sleep. Velo ya'aneh shum adam besibati. Every night before you go to sleep, you say this to Hashem. I forgive everybody. And you also say, and no one in the world should get the onesh, punishment because of me. Besibati. So what do you say at night? Banomash. For Amalek, you mean that, yeah. The only reason why you have to kill him is because Hashem said it. Hashem said it. Hashem said that chiyuv d'oraita, exactly. Let's see, we have a lot to cover. ויתפלל ששום אדם לא יענש בסיבתו. שהקדוש ברוך הוא יכניס להם ללב מחילה, כדי שלא יהיו לו מקטרגים מלמעלה ולא צרים מלמטה. ואיש על מקומו יבוא בשלום. כותב רבי נחמן and says, כל האוהבים שבתהילים הם רק על מלחמת האדם עם היצר הרע. Beautiful. I asked one person, he reads Tehillim, každý deň, this tzaddik. He said, Rabbi, every day from 2 to 2:15, no matter what happens, I close myself in the office, I read Tehillim. I told him, what language you read Tehillim? He's old school Bukharian, he doesn't know so much Hebrew. He said, I read in Hebrew. I said, you understand? I said, no. He said, so read in Russian. Shulchan Aruch telling us, Siman Kuf Aleph, Tefillah ne'emeret b'kol lashon. You're allowed to say Tefillah in any language. Say in Russian, language you understand. He said, no, Rabbi, I can't read it in Russian. I used to read it in Russian. I said, why? He says, David HaMelech all the time curses people over there. Oh, my enemies, Amchil Shabbat. He says, I close the Tehillim, I come back to the cashier, I became so angry. I said, I can't do it. I rather read it in Hebrew, I don't understand. Hashem, let Hashem understand. Listen what Rabbi Nachman says. Why there is many times in David HaMelech, he says, I have enemies. Hashem, my enemies bother me. Hashem, Marabu Tzarai, Rabim Kamim Alai. All the time he's be bothered with enemies. What do you mean you bother with enemies? Where is your emunah? What's going on with you? I already said Shakol earlier. Says Rabbi Nachman, כל האויבים של דוד המלך שמוזכרים בתהילים, כגון ראה אויבי כי רבו, שנאת חינם שנאוני, בכולם הוא מדבר על העוונות שלו. Says Rabbi Nachman, and all the time when David HaMelech mentions different enemies, he always refers to his own avonot, to his own sins. צבאי השבקי. כל השונאים, הצרים, האויבים שכתוב בספר תהילים זה רק על המקטרגים שנבראו על ידי העוונות. הם שונאים את האדם שנאת מוות. They are the one that hate you, שנאת מוות. And this is the people that you're supposed to have in mind, the powers that you're supposed to have in mind. למינים ולמלשינים, אל תהי תקווה, וכל הזדים כרגע. Not כרגע. What's the difference between כרגע and כרגע? Karega is right now. Kerega, in a moment. Yeah, it's so quick. Rega. Zik. That's it. They don't exist. Now imagine a person goes 50 years, prays to Hashem, laminim, velamalshinim, al tihi tikva, v'chol hazedim, kerega yobedun. He's all the time intending about his neighbor. He intended against the neighbor. The angels that he's supposed to direct the prayer towards still exist, and they continue bothering. So the neighbor really never bothered you because it's the angels you're supposed to have in mind, and you're tackling the wrong direction. You're shooting in the wrong place. And then you say, Rabbi, I don't understand it. I pray, nothing works. You pray, you have to learn how to pray. Yeah, Rabbi Nachman's kavanot, yeah. ולא אנשים שהם רובוטים. He says people are just robots, puppets. כל ספר תהילים הוא על יצר, מלחמת היצר. Wow, big חידוש Rabbi Nachman telling us. All he says, תהילים full of enemies, fights, problems. Who is David HaMelech refers to, says Rabbi Nachman? מלחמת היצר, the יצר הרע. The evil powers that he created. ותפקידו של יצר הרע להסיט אותו מדרך החיים. ולהוריד אותו לבאר שחת. He says the Yetzer Hara wants you to go away from Emunah. He wants you to go down to depression, all the way to death. Take the pills already. Put the end to your life. Kamut illusion. This is what the Yetzer Hara wants to. Mevakesh lehamito. Look, he doesn't want you to fall and to get up after. He wants you to fall and die. You understand that? Why this girl left me, Rabbi? Why this business didn't go well for me? Why the investment failed at the end? It didn't make sense. It's against all odds. Rabbi, you know, I think I'm already proved. I already made children. I already got married. Кому я нужен? Давай, таблетки, до свидания, Вася, ушел. Rabotai, how many times a person have those thoughts? For a second, sometimes for two, sometimes for three, depends how bad he is. Says Rabbi Nachman, all this is the Milchemet HaYetzer Hara. This is what Be'emet Yetzer Hara wants you, to die. You hear what Yetzer Hara wants you to? To die. That's how he's going to make you die. He cannot make you just jump off a cliff. He's going to say that this everything is so bad in your life. And whatever you were supposed to do in your life, you probably already achieved. So there is no point to be here. Why should I come be here and suffer? Take me early and that's Vidania. So whenever he says, וגם שומרים בתפילה, שובר אויבים ומכניע זדים, who is supposed to have in mind? אלו המלאכים הרעים שנבראו מהעוונות של האדם. This is what you're supposed to have in mind. We started the class asking, how do we get rid of this malachim? Says Rabbi Nachman, when you say the prayer, laminim, by the way, laminim, there is a dot in the mem. It's not laminim, it's laminim. What's the difference minim and minim? Who knows? Huh? Minim in Hebrew means kinds, different kinds. But minim stands for heretics people. So shover oivim umachnia zedim at the end we say. Who are you supposed to have in mind? Who is your oivim? Who is your zedim? The evil angels that you created when you made averot. Now, Rabotai, you think Averot is something to steal money, כמות הג'ן גבזיית קידתי בו, to look at women, naleva, eat non-kosher, break Shabbat. This is what you think Averot are. But I told you this many times. There is a constant Avera that goes in our heart, constantly, is the Avera of Ga'ava. How do you know you have Ga'ava? Mordechai? Whenever you feel a little bit better than somebody else. Matchel od minachs, Matchel od minachs. If not, I'm such a good person. If not for me, this yeshiva wouldn't exist. This synagogue, das vidanya. This mikveh, forget it, plans for 10 out of 20 years. You know who made all this? Me. What a tzaddik I am. Netz minyan, I'm the first guy. Huh? I'll ask you a question. Imagine you tomorrow coming to Netz Minyan. Think about it for a second. Tomorrow you're coming to synagogue, Netz Minyan. You the first guy. You're walking in. It's all dark outside. You're opening the door. The door makes a noise. You know, you're walking in. You don't feel a second like, wow, today I made it. You don't feel that in a second, a little bit in your heart, a little bit?
You're happy you made it, no?
Happy you made it, but you're also happy that you made it earlier than somebody else. Ja сегодня был первый, Netz Minyan. Самый рано меня, я первый еще был. What do you feel in your heart? I'm better than somebody else. Soneh Hashem, kol geva lev. Hashem says, you I hate most. The guy that eats chazir, I don't eat. He doesn't say, Soneh Hashem ochel chazir. He doesn't say that. He does say Hashem hates whoever ate chazir. Nowhere in Torah it says it. It says don't eat chazir. But it doesn't say if you eat it, Hashem hates you. But when a person has a little bit ga'ava in his heart, and ga'ava means I feel that I'm better than somebody else in any field, Hashem says, we have a problem. Soneh, scary words. So what do I do, Rabbi? How do I deal with this? When I come the first person in the morning, I feel good that I am better.
It's a driving factor.
What do I do? Yeah, it's an incentive. What do I do? You feel if I would have this guy's problem, probably I will come the last. I'm sure he also wanted to come earlier, even earlier than me. But Hashem gave me the zechut not to have Dardisar wife like he has. So his wife Dardisar probably bothered him, or something else bothered him. I'm sure he tzaddik, he wanted to come much earlier than me. So when a guy walks in and asks Yoshua Betecha, or Ubale or Kibasus Paro, you don't say, Yeshiva takoi zakon shel yeshiva takoi. You don't even feel that in your heart. It doesn't even go in your mind. You say, if I would have his Yetzer Hara, probably I will come alenu l'shabeach. At least he made it in Kibasus Paro before Ishtabach. At least. So this is the ga'ava that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, you're creating bed malachim. And I have to right now send this malachim into people because I have justice in the world. And they claim, he created me, and we have to get back to him. Every action has a reaction. וכשאדם מתפלל על צרות, when a person is praying for problems, יתפלל על צרות הנפש, שיגיד להשם, אני השם עדיין מדבר לשון הרע, השם, I still speak לשון הרע, I'm still angry, I'm still not humble enough. When was the last time you heard somebody is praying to Hashem, Hashem, please save me already from speaking lashon hara? How much lashon hara I can speak? Shimon, when was the last time you heard somebody praying like that? Never. So are we praying the wrong things? You should know that. We're mamash praying for the wrong things. We have to pray for our spiritual success. And then, by automatically, the materialistic success is coming. Mashiv ruach, morid hageshem.
Physical power we see,
we deal with the physical. Please, Hashem, change the physical. I cannot change the physical. You have to change the spiritual. The spiritual is the source. The physical is just a reflection. Imagine somebody looks at the mirror. His tie is not in the middle, nice, like he likes it. And he's praying, Hashem, please make the tie in the middle. I look in the mirror, I see the tie in the middle. You're going to tell him, you drank something or you smoked something? What are you doing? Why do you pray, Hashem, please change the mirror? I want to see the tie in the mirror, look in the middle. That's what we're doing. When you pray, Hashem, I want a wife. Hashem, I need to get married. Please, Hashem, send me a wife. Hashem, send me a wife. I want to see myself with a wife. He says, I need to see in the mirror, in Olam Hazeh, I need to see me myself with a wife. Imagine a person looking in the mirror. He has no wife. And he says, please, Hashem, make in the mirror that I should have a wife. Or in the mirror. You're going to tell this guy, Devona, chisti Devona, 100%. Certified Devona, you're going to call him. That's how we look, Abotai. We always pray for materialistic achievements. We rarely hear people that they are praying for spiritual achievements. And Rabbi Nahman telling us, this is what the thing you're supposed to pray for. Hashem, make me believe that when my wife yesterday told me whatever she said, it was you. Let me feel that. That's what I want to see. And what a person says after his wife heard him yesterday, he says, I have to pray for it. So what does he pray in the morning? Hashem, change my wife already. Huh? He says, the mirror, which is Olam Hazeh, should be changed. Instead of praying, Hashem, change up there. From there, Hashem, destroy all this malachim, bad malachim. How? By making me more humble. By start looking at my life more positive. By stop speaking Lashon Hara. Abotai, we're supposed to start changing our dialogue with Hashem. To start improve that. Speak the right dialogue with Hashem. Continues Rabbi Nachman and says, צריך לדעת שכולנו עמוסים בעוונות. כמו שאנו אומרים ביום כיפור. Now a person thinks, Rabbi, how many עוונות did I do? Wow, what did I do? עוונות. In Yom Kippur, what do we say? הזמן יכלה והם לא יכלו. The amount of sins Hashem I have done. Kippur is coming up. 50 days from today. 40 days from today is Rosh Hashanah. 40 days. Yom Adin. 10 days from then, Yom Kippur. What are we going to say in Yom Kippur? Hazman Yichle Hashem. You know how many avonot I have? The time will finish, and the avonot list will not finish. ולכן היה מגיע לנו רק צער בחיים, Hashem. According to our avonot, only problems we should have deserved. But Hashem, you have mercies. נותן לנו גם הרבה זמנים שמחים, וגם קורא על ידי שהשם איש מלחמה, השם נלחם באותם המקטרגים שהאדם היצר. What do we sing in the morning? אדוני איש מלחמה, אדוני שמו. Hashem is איש מלחמה. Says Rabbi Nachman, Hashem is a warrior. Who is he warrior about? Right now, who is he worrying? Who is he fighting with? Who is giving power to all these evil forces? You are, with your evil behaviors. So that's why we're calling Hashem, you fight with them, Hashem. Hashem ish milchama. Before we come into Shemona Esrei, that's why it's very important not to skip as Yashir Moshe. Sometimes people say, 5 minutes, it's okay. I'll read the third Hallelujah, fifth Hallelujah, Ishtabach, das Began Evasya. You skip the whole Azashir Moshe. In Azashir Moshe Chotis Kazal, what are you saying to Hashem? Hashem, you fight for me, for all the prosecutors, so my prayer will go through. But if you skip that, Hashem is going to fight for you.
Can you rely on Chazan?
Chazan? What Chazan? You understand the Chazan? No? You understand the Chazan? If you don't understand the person that says a bracha, there is no Shomea Keoneh. If you understand, yeah, rely. If he has it in mind, sometimes the Chazan is Amaharitz, it doesn't know halachot. Yeah, maybe he has a good voice, maybe. On a regular days. Many times, Chazanim is just a person to get by the prayer. Let's go, move it. So, if he has you in mind, and you have him in mind, and you understand, you understand, yeah, he can work. Thank you. But it's very important not to skip, not to miss out on Az Yashir Moshe. רבי יונתן אייבשיץ אומר, שאנחנו אומרים בתפילת 18, מודים אנחנו לך, צריך להתכוון שאנחנו מודים להשם רק על שהוא נלחם במקטרגים שרוצים להיפרע ממנו. וזה לשונו, בברכת ההודעה ייתן שבח והודעה להשם, כי בכל יום קוראים לאיש הישראלי ניסים שלא מרגיש. It says every single day you have miracles that happens to you don't even feel. Because all the שרים של מעלה וכל המזלות של הרקיע לוחמים איתו. It says all the above powers with the stars and the angels are fighting to get you. And there is endless malachim. And who is protecting you from all of them? Hashem. וצריך להודות על השם ששומר עליו. ונותן לו לפעמים דברים קטנים. Hashem gives you small things. For the amount of promise you should have deserved, a fraction of it. Suddenly the electricity doesn't work in the house. Rabbi, what do I do? AC, hot outside. What should I do? Hashem says, if you would know what you should have deserved, not that the AC should not work, your lungs should not have worked today. Hashem has mercy on you. He said a little bit hot. You're going to breathe a little bit harder because it's going to be hot. Okay. And what does a person do whenever the AC broke? This technician, I knew not to trust him. The other day came, don't worry, guarantee 5 years. Shakran, guarantee 5 years, Buddha. Who does right away bother at pinpointing? Blames? הזוהר הקדוש says שיש אנשים טיפשים בעולם ויש אנשים חכמים בעולם. הטיפשים רואים שהשם מאיר פניו עליהם והולך להם בחיים. ואז הם לא מתאמצים בתפילות, לא מציירים לעצמם ציורים שהם יכולים להיות בתוך שנייה באיזה טיפול נמרץ, ורק בגלל רחמי השם הם בבית. אבל מקטרג, באמת יש מקטרג בשמיים שרוצה לקחת אותם לבית חולים, וכאשר המקטרגים יתגברו, יקבלו עונש גדול יותר. ולעומתם יש את החכמים, שאפילו שרואים את פני השם מאירות על ידי הצלחה בחיים, יודעים שיש דינים שמחכים להם, אז חיים בזהירות ומתאמצים בתפילות. לכן צריך לדעת שהאושר בחיים הוא שברירי, ובשנייה האדם הופך מהאדם הכי שמח בעולם לאדם הכי עצוב בעולם. וזה בגלל האינסוף מקטרגים שרוצים להיעצר לו. ומה שעוצר אותם היא התפילה שעושה אותה בהתאמצות, ברגש, באמונה אמיתית. והכי חשוב שמגיע לתפילה בלי ביקורת על אף אחד. ובטח לא על אשתו, שכנראה עשתה עוון גדול שקיבלה להתחתן איתו. והאדם עוד טוען כנגדה שהיא לא צדיקה ולא יראת שמיים. Unbelievable. Says the rabbi here, he brings the Zohar opinion. He says, you know, the Zohar says there are people that they are smart, that there are people that they are fool. He says the people that they are fool, they see the positive in life and they think they deserve the good in life. You see, with the positive thinking that we all the time distributing to the community, it's not, oh, Hashem, I have everything good, and it's supposed to be like this. A person have to feel in his heart, every single, Ashrei Adam mefached tamid, every single second, you have to feel that all this success that I have could be lost in a second because of the amount of prosecutors I created with my ga'ava, with my ayin hara, with my lashon hara, with my looking bad on prohibited things. In a second, I could lose all of it. You know, sometimes I see people that come to collect money, tzedakah. Hashem Yerachem Rabotai, some stories of them, if you really read them, it's like so sad. A wife of a person, lo alenu, goes, smallest thing and her brain doesn't work. Smallest thing, millimeter. You know what it means? It means that you cannot go to work, you cannot go to learn Torah, you cannot go to do anything because you have 10 kids to watch after, and a sick wife on top, and the bills are just piling up, and debts are just piling up. Rabotai, a millimeter in the brain, stop working. The doctor says, we don't know why. How to treat? Try this, try that, try this, try that. Rabotai, in a second, a person's life could turn, lo alenu, the other direction of the life. Rabbi, I was all the time positive. I was all the time looking positive. Why did I get the negative? What's the answer? Because whenever you came to pray, I have everything good. What should I pray for? I have no complaints. Parnasa is good. I say like this. I don't have anybody sick. I see everything is good. So this positive thinking, says the Zohar, could also fool you. The Zohar calls you fool. Tipesh. Why? You have to see positive, but you always have to remember that in a second you can lose all of it. And what's going to save you from not losing it? Please, Hashem, have mercy on me. You have to beg to Hashem, Hashem, please have mercy on me. Whenever you say the brachot, you know what you have to do? Right now, Hashem, I deserve to get cancer. My wife deserves to have that problem. My sister deserves to have this problem. Hashem, please. Only because you, Rofeh Chole Amo Israel, you're removing all the prosecutors that those people around me supposed to be, surrounding me, supposed to continue to have health. If I would not say this beracha with kavanah, Hashem is going to let all this go through, all this problem go through. When a person says Rofeh Chole Amo Israel, when the problem came, says Rabbi Nachman, Ashrei Adam Mefached. Tamid, every single second you're supposed to feel in your heart, Hashem, if I will not say this bracha chonen adat, that's it, I'm devil, I don't understand anything in Torah, in life, in business, nothing. I don't come to say chonen adat, I finished college, I'm pharmacist, I'm dentist, I'm Baruch Hashem, this. I'm only have chokhmah bina vadat only because you give Hashem. If I wouldn't ask from you and you will not give it to me, devil, in after 2 seconds I become. Rabbi, he has dementia suddenly. We don't know where it started from. He has dementia. He was the smartest person. Everybody knew how smart he was. Suddenly, Mainesh Gashtegi. When you said Chonen Adat in the prayer, do you feel that if this prayer, this bracha, will make it, are you going to become dumb or are you going to become smart? The way you, the emotions you had towards those words, did you feel that? Rabbi, I did tshuva. What is it? Знаешь сколько? Я 10 лет уже шаббат соблюдаю. What? When I say Baruch Atah Hashem harotze b'tshuva, I don't have to have anything in mind. Not sure. This doesn't pertain to me. Chonen adat, I'm smart, I'm okay. Chotam, selach lanu, selach lanu. If I know Baruch Hashem, I'm healthy, my 6 packs, 2 packs here, akol beseder. Habibi, you have to feel, says Rabbi Nachman, that in a second, which you to, in a second, Yetzirah can get into you and say, listen, why you keep Shabbat? Look, all your friends go to the beach. Look, their wives are going to Bahamas, Gehenomas. Habibi, in a second, Yetzirah can turn you around. With your black kippah, with your black beard, with your tzitziot to the floor, with your mikveh 5 o'clock in the morning. In a second you can fall. Now what do you think, Mordechai? That I'm never going to give on this beard. What are you talking about? Maybe I'll trim it. But you know, one time I read some beautiful mashal. He says when you detach a flower from the ground, this flower doesn't look dead, but is on his way on death. When he was attached, you look at him, same way when he was detached. But when he was attached, he was connected to the life. When he got detached, when you look at him, nothing changed. But this already accelerates on his death. He's on his way down. So when you say, Baruch Atah Hashem, harotze b'tshuva, Hashem, if you're not going to open my heart to tshuva, Yetzirah can make me fall in a second. Now, but you understand what is a prayer? You understand how important it is, the prayer, the direction of the prayer, the words of the prayer, the halachot of the prayer. People, what's the difference? You pray this direction, you say this word, you skip this word. Chazan goes up like this, with talit, without talit, yes kavana, yes no kavana. What's the big deal? Rabbi, don't be fanatic. Atekash negiret, Rabbi. Mesozah. You understand what value we have in the prayer? אלו דברים ברומו של עולם, ובני אדם מזלזלים בהם. This is the thing, the highest level in the world is tefillah. And people, it's okay. If the Chazan is going to take another 30 seconds, שוטחות שימלוז. Hashem, help us, Hashem. It says, and who is the smart people? The Zohar says, they are the fool people. Who's the smart person? That he sees all this positive. That he always remembers. I can lose all of it. My level of tshuva, my level of refu'ah, my level of parnasah, my level of chokhmah. Everything that I have in my life could in a second be gone. So when you feel like that, when you come to the prayer, you're going to feel emotional in the prayer. Do you know, the Gemara says, Masechet Ta'anit, איזו עבודה שבלב, ולעובדו בכל לבבכם. Says Gemara, איזו עבודה שבלב? Says the Gemara, זוהי תפילה. It means that you come to tefillah, you finish עלינו לשבח, you have to feel your heart was emotional. Not your lips. It does say, איזו עבודה שבפה. ולעובדו בכל לבבכם. So if you're coming to the prayer, your heart was not there. Did you serve Hashem? Did the prayer was done today or no? Rabbi, я уже минха прочитал сегодня. How many times you heard this? Huh? Hakadus Tov. How many times you heard that? Я уже минха сегодня прочитал. I read mincha. Mincha читается или минха молится? What's the difference? Прочитал with the mouth. You read mincha is with the mouth. A prayer has to come from the heart. Not only when the father is in the hospital or the child is under who knows what. This is what prayer is. 3 times a day he has to come from here. If he didn't come from here, he didn't do it. Я прочитал. Цель это не читать. The point is not to read it. The point is to feel it. וצריך להקדים תפילה לצרה, כי כאשר תגיע כבר הצרה, יהיה קשה לצאת ממנה בקלות. Says the Ben Ish Chai, you have to make sure before the building collapse, put something to support the building, because after it collapses, it will be very hard to rebuild such a building. It says the good things you have in life, make sure to maintain them by asking Hashem, please, I have everything refuah shlema in my family. Please, Hashem, maintain this refuah shlema to continue. Because after the problem comes, there will be much more prayers needed and much more efforts needed to heal that situation. So right now you're coming to the prayer, Rabotai, from today. You're coming to the prayer. You're coming, Ata chonen la'adam dat. You know what it means? Hashem, if not for you giving me that, I'll lose it, Hashem. Please, have mercy on me. Give me that. Baruch Ata Hashem, harotze b'tshuva, Hashem. If you're not going to open my heart for tshuva, tomorrow I'm the biggest kofir. Tomorrow. After 5 minutes, I'm the biggest kofir. Yetzer hara can turn a person, you have no clue how. There was one guy in yeshiva, black and white became. He was from, looks like a goy, became black and white. Tzaddik learns Torah 24/7. Today, I was searching for someone's name to send a WhatsApp message. Suddenly, I see his name comes up with the icon. He moved out to a different place. Tattoos. Takoy. I asked, what happened to this person? He said, one day he came home. Shavarach, hakol afuch. Hakol afuch. I was shocked. Bukharian guy. Imagine right now you see people, religious, black and white. Imagine in a second, the following second, he's out of the game. Now, Rabotai, if imagine you have Sachas v'Shalom, such a son like this, such a daughter like this. How would you pray in Harotzeh B'Tshuva? How would you pray? Rabbi, my child is in the best yeshiva. What are you talking about? He's never going to go off the derech. Best yeshiva, top dollar I pay. Tutoring. I have no TV in the house. I don't have internet in the house. It's guaranteed he's going to be Rotzeh B'Tshuva. What are you talking about? Did you feel that if you understand that those words are Rotzeh B'Tshuva will make your child tomorrow on the derech or make your child off the derech? How would you say Rotzeh B'Tshuva? Как ты вот говорил эти слова? Как? Ртом. I'll look tomorrow for rabbis. Rabbi, please talk to my son. I don't know what's happening with him. You better talk to Hashem when you say Rotzeh B'Tshuva today before the problem comes. ואומר הבן איש חי שיצטרך האדם להביא זכויות של מסירות נפש, כמו לוותר על עבודה לכבוד השם, לזרוק את הפלאפון הלא כשר שלו כדי לצאת מהצרה כזו, מה שהיה יכול לפנות לפני הצרה, לבטל בתפילה קלה. He says after the problem comes, now you need to מסירות נפש to serve the situation. After the problem came, you need מסירות נפש to save the situation. What is מסירות נפש? Something against all odds. Nobody will do such a thing. And you have to do that. Then you're going to be saved out of the problem. But before the problem came, prayer from the bottom of your heart. You don't need Mesirut Nefesh. You will be saved from the problem. If you would pray from the heart. Mordechai, this is not a joke. This is the prayer. Tomorrow your children are going to be on the derech. Depends on how you're going to pray tomorrow. Tomorrow Shacharit, how are you going to pray? Your refuah shelema to your wife, to your children is going to depend how you say tomorrow, Rofeh, Choleh, Amo, Israel. If you didn't feel it came from the heart, you didn't do it. You just said with the mouth. You said with beautiful voice, but there was no heart there. Ul'ovdo bechol levavchem, not bechol lepichem. Not doesn't say peh, it says lev. Finishes off the Magid Miduvna with a beautiful thing over here. המגיד מדובנה אומר שכידוע אין מלאך עושה שתי שליחויות. He says מלאכים cannot do two jobs. מלאך can do only one job at a time. אלא כל מלאך עושה שליחות אחת. כמו שכתוב אצל אברהם אבינו. Three מלאכים came to Abraham Avinu. One came to heal Abraham. Second one to let Sarah know about the baby boy. And the third one was מלאך גבריאל in order to flip Sdom. ורק מלאך אחד יש לו שלוש שליחויות. זהו יצר הרע. It says if malach can only do one job, how can there is one malach do three jobs? Which malach has three jobs? Who is Satan? Who Yetzer Hara? Who malach hamavet? I'm sorry, it's against the rules. We said malach can do only one job. So how can the Satan have three jobs? He's the one to tell you, go, do this. You want to do it? Then he goes, Hashem, look what he's doing. Then he's Satan on you. And after he says, Hashem, verdict. Malach hamavet, I have to go down to take him. So you just did three jobs. Who said that malach can only do one job? says the Magid Miduvna, כל השליחויות תלויים אחד בשני, שלולא יצר הרע, לא היו דברים מצערים בעולם, לא היה קטרוג בעולם, כי כל הלוחמים למעלה באים בעקבות העוונות, ואם היה שלום למטה, לא היו לוחמים למעלה, ולכן לא יתייחס האדם אל המקור, שאם מגיע לאדם, אלא על המקור, שאם מגיע לאדם צער, לא יוכל לברוח ממנו, ויוכל לחסל את מקטרגים רק על ידי מעשים רוחניים. He says those three jobs are really one job that just continues. You're not going to say, listen, the Malach Raphael came to heal Avraham Avinu, so you have to make sure to make the breed area to be congealed. And then the blood circulation to go well. That's already two jobs. You're not going to say that. In order to heal, you need to do those steps. So it says, the Malach Amavet, really his goal is to kill you. Umvakesh lehamito. This is the job of the Malach Amavet, is to kill you. How am I going to get you dead? I need to have evidence. In order to make evidence, I need to make you go to the trap. So I have to make the trap. Then after you fell into the trap, I have to go prosecute against you. After I got prosecute, I got evidence. Now I have a verdict against to kill you. And how did he get evidence against you? Because the malachei mekatregim that you created, they are the one to prosecute against you. And how do I do tshuva about them? Whenever you say Hashem, I forget, this person didn't bother me. The moment you realize that's not the person, this is your mistakes in life that made this malachim go inside this person, you neutralize the malach. That's it. Malach is not able to bother you anymore. Only whenever he's hiding behind the person and you see the person bothered you. So the malach is hidden, he's still existing. The moment you saw the malach, you realize that this is the malach that was created for my mistakes.
Which mistake?
Many mistakes.
Many mistakes.
Any mistake.
I told you, you feel a little bit in your heart, you're better than your partner in business.
Specific problems.
Yeah, I'll give you. You feel in your heart a little bit better than your partner in business. You care more, he doesn't care about. You feel a little bit better, you're in Ga'ava stage. You better. You came to Shacharit earlier, this guy always comes in 10 minutes later, you feel you better, you're in Ga'ava stage. Hashem says, I hate this type of person.
Yeah, but it's a tamper in the thought scenario, it's not you.
Nachon. That's, you let him in. You have to let him out. Kish kishim.
You have to filter, yeah.
Finishes off, the Amor Mikomana Omer, Mi shemorer dinim al chavero. When a person is saying, Hashem, please show him that there is justice in the world. או חושב רעת חברו ואינו דן אותו לכף זכות, הרי הוא רוצח ממש. Wow. Unbelievable. You hear what it says? Admor Mikomarna. You know, Admor Mikomarna had a Gilui Eliyahu Hanavi on a daily basis. Arkady, when was the last time Eliyahu Hanavi came to you? Admor Mikomarna had it every day. And said Admor Mikomarna that when a person is wishing to his friend a problem, and that person went to the problem, and he died, in Shamayim they said, Arkady killed Shimon. You hear this? If a person right now lost something, in Shamayim the blame whoever wished that bad to him. That problem you did, because you wished that to him. Huh? You did not do it. You wish that it should happen to him. That's whenever you wanted to do. You wanted right now to do Avodah Zarah. No, Avodah Zarah is by thoughts. You wanted right now to eat non-kosher. What at McDonald's? Yag bo ram chura kaif kunam tam ashabinam. Yag bo. So beautiful how they should make it. I want to see. One time I want to taste it. If say, the McDonald's? Me? No, I'm not going to do it. In Shamayim, you did it or no? No. This person bothered you. And you say, I wish that he should die. Behemet, he died. Comes outside, semi-trailer, Papa, Rav. You know what the Shamayim is? In Shamayim, you know what it is? They say that person that wished him to die, killed him. Lo tirtzach, you right now did. He lost money. The IRS came on him. Амхил батар шава. Как он мне сделал, чтобы еще хуже было? Я из-за него 100 тысяч потерял, 200 потерял. In Shamayim they say, he lost 200. This person stole $200,000 from this person. Damaged $200,000. It's like you took right now a gun and you destroyed this place with $200,000 of losses. Just by that bad wish. כשאדם אוכל שותה ושמח עם מישהו שעשה לו רע, בזה מראה להשם דבר גדול שאין כמוהו בעולם. So how do I destroy these malachim? It says, by you inviting him, he says, you know, the other day you called the DOB on me. I lost $100,000. I want to sit down with you to make a celebration. Instead of my liver that cost $100,000 to be transplanted, Hashem let $100,000 out of my pocket And Baruch Hashem, my liver is in a place. Baruch Hashem, nichuvo ni nashli, cancer, pensa, nichu, akol tov. $100,000 went on there. Sat kisaram, Rava. No problem. I am alive until 120. All my limbs is in place. Baruch Hashem. You saved me from my liver transplant. Would you believe that or no? Arkady, do you believe that or no? This guy saved you from a liver transplant. $100,000 out of your pocket. And who knows how many medications, how many doctor offices, how many times you would have to go and stay in line. And when Corona comes, the office is closed and you have to reach us out after times. If you right now would have to see the full picture and you say, Hashem, how did you send him such a tzaddik? Is arrivou stotisha patzirel? My liver is in place. How many thanks would you tell him if you would see the whole picture? So if you believe Hashem, you have to say, thank you, you saved my liver transplant. Let's sit together. L'chaim buchaim, besimcha Yerushalayim. Rabotai, only this you're bringing the achdut in Am Yisrael. Only this you're bringing shalom in Am Yisrael. And whenever there's shalom in Am Yisrael, it's Mashiach tzidkenu b'mera b'yameinu. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hananel Melech Hashem אומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל, לפיכך ריבה להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו, יגדיל